Right, eventually it's finished here. Dorking Wanderers 3, Salisbury 3. Much like the interview that we started off with last week, that does not really sum that game up, does it? So beyond that 3-all, talk us through that, Mark.
Well, I mean, where'd you start? Do you know what I mean? Appreciate the Salisbury fans throwing a few flares on to help us get an equaliser.
Nice, yeah.
Well done,
Bit of
lads.
history repeating
Yeah,
itself.
we'll take that. We'll take that. Maybe we should start advertising to bring them in. Listen, I actually thought, apart from the huff and puff, I actually thought it was a poor quality game. I thought we was poor. There wasn't a lot of quality on show across the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides had, chances and they're putting them wide. Look, I mean, ultimately in that game, my substitutions have cost us a game.
I was going to ask you that at 2-0 and then the substitutions within, matter of minutes, then there's a penalty and things like that.
Well, it's madness.
In hindsight, is that...
Well, basically, George gets... there's 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
We've got an extra man, so we put Joel on, take Dan off on a yellow. George got caught a bit deep, but he gets fouled. And then Harrison actually wins the ball for the penalty, so it weren't a penalty either. But we were too deep. That was the issue there. And then Joel's giving the ball away. So, listen, I'll have to take the plaudits. I really do. We was going to win that game today without being impressive. I thought our best spell actually was the start of the second half. I thought start of the second half, we stepped in on them, sent them long.
Yeah.
We started to take control of the game, and although their goalie made a bad mistake for the goal, we was on top at that point clearly. But yeah, we really missed Tony at the back, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I thought that made a big difference. So I'll be honest, I just weren't. Listen, I should be able to put subs on with 5 minutes to play when the other team's got 10 men and we're 2-0 up, right? It was an insurance substitution. They're on a yellow card. Dan's on a yellow. They're down to 10.
Yeah.
We see the game out. We pass the ball around. But yeah, we weren't impressive today.
No.
We weren't impressive for me. But we rescued a point.
Yeah, and I think obviously players learn from these kind of things, don't they? And learn fast in football, and those kind of things happen.
Yeah, he'll learn from it. I mean, I'll be honest. I do think we missed Tony, Pybus, Charlie. These boys are front 11 players in the league above, aren't they? So,
Yeah.
But listen. The credit we'll give Salisbury is that we left them in the game. We weren't uber impressive. They had a great spell first half.
Yeah.
We gave them a +1. Let them they had a good spell on the ball without being dangerous. Again, the quality was low. They stuck a few over the stand and whatnot. So, I mean, I think the game was a poor game, technically, and I think congratulations to Salisbury to get a point out of that game. They'll wonder why they didn't get all three. But it'll be the lads that kept throwing the flares on. Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
A couple that came over the fence, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a point, isn't it? It's perhaps in previous seasons we might have just felt sorry for ourselves and not then come back and got that point. Moving on to Tuesday now, how has the squad whether you've had a chance to kind of see how anybody is today? I didn't notice anything particularly concerning injury-wise or fitness-wise, but thoughts ahead of Tuesday night's game now?
Not an ideal turnaround really. We've got a few injuries. Obviously Tony will be back. Yeah. We hope Charlie will be back. It's not an ideal turnaround, to be honest with you. I thought we didn't train that well this week either.
Oh, right.
I want to make it really clear. I think bottom line is we should be beating teams like Salisbury. It's no disrespect to them, and I'm saying that because we are doing mornings and we're putting a lot of effort and resources into what we do. Today we just lacked a bit of quality. But like I said, 2-0. It was one of those games where you're thinking, okay, weren't amazing, but we've won this one.
Yeah.
And how we could end up in a 3-2 deficit with 20 seconds to play is pretty remarkable. But the boys have got to be better. They've got to be better at organising themselves. At the end of the day, you know, George has got caught too deep. They've chucked a big long ball. He's got caught 1v1. Joel's underneath him, not behind him. You know, they have the long throw. You know, again, we're not man marking. We're hope. You know, so there's loads of things there. The boys have got to do better.
Is that a concern? Because we have conceded quite a few goals this season, haven't we? From long throws and that sort of direct approach where things come into the box. And is that the personnel, or is that a kind of a wider issue, do you think?
I think it's just organisation.
Yeah.
You know, you expect the keeper in that situation to be loud, to be organising. You expect all your people back there. If you're looking across the box, you're expecting that bloke to organise it. So listen, I think it's a very disappointing 2 points dropped. I thought across the 90 we did deserve to win, albeit we weren't great. Credit to Salisbury for getting a point. Credit for all their fans coming down this way, although they had some absolute weapons. But, you know, maybe that's maybe in Salisbury there's a lot of weapons lived there, who knows. Yeah, we just listen, we're a really friendly club here, so it's not when lads turn up thinking they're on fucking Football Factory with, you know, the badging, the shot and all that, yeah, it does make you laugh. But they had a lot of great supporters here that made a lot of noise for their boys, and I'm glad they've had a good day out, do you know what I mean?
And just on the home fans as well, good attendance today, wasn't there? 1,600 as well. Pleased with that, and the support from all corners of the ground really today. Yeah,
and I want to say to Salisbury, like, you know, really appreciate them coming up, because ultimately, you know, in this league, you need teams to travel away from home. They've bought 250 or something away from home, and clubs need that. So I really appreciate that to all those that came that weren't the weapons, and of course to our loyal people. I'm glad we nicked you a goal out of nowhere. But
I think some people might have just heard the cheers of that in the car park, because quite a few people did start walking out at 3-2. So
I don't blame them. We've got a lot of work to do. Listen, we lost Rob Milsom Thursday, Pybus, Tony, Charlie. Thought was a little bit unsettled. I did feel we'd be a bit unsettled today with 4 changes. But I want to credit Salisbury, but I do think that we was poor more than they were great, if that makes sense. And I just, listen, if they had played off the pitch, I couldn't give a shit, I'd just say so. But listen, what they must be credited for is staying in the game and getting something out of nothing. So congrats to them and their gaffer. They're good people, I think. And we'll just lick our wounds. And Tuesday, tough game at Tunbridge. One of the sides, good sides in this league. We've got to be on it more than we were today. We'll definitely welcome back, hopefully 3 of those 4. I think we're just lucky to get out of here with a point, aren't we, in that situation? You know? So there you go, mate. But thanks to all the fans. Thanks to everybody. Appreciated.
In the words of somebody that used to do this job, I'll see you on Tuesday, Mark. See you on Tuesday at Tunbridge, and we'll go again.
Yeah, we'll see you Tuesday, mate. So
see you later.
Point gained.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Point gained.